Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ivanovika. I will read about transcript for help others, help yourself. Today, I'm going to talk to two young people who are both doing volunteer work in the sports sector. First, there is Liam Parker, who is a keen BMX biker and does a lot of work at a sports center. And then there is Debbie Sanford, who has volunteered to help with many different sports and who now has a paid job with a sport organization. So, Liam, tell us a bit about the place you work. It sounds really interesting.
Yes, it's really cool. Basically, it's a huge space for where lots of sport and cultural events take place. It used to be a shipbuilding hangar, but the company went bust years ago. The building was taken over and completely renovated and repurposed about 5 years ago. Now we have facilities for all kinds of urban sports like skateboarding, breakdancing, parkour, kick scooter.
Hang on a moment, can you explain the last two?
A kick scooter is just a normal scooter with a handlebar, dash and wheels, but now we have stunt scooters and special ones for racing. And parkour has been around for a while now. It's a way of moving around an urban environment. It developed from military training. It involved climbing, running, vaulting, jumping, swinging, and stuff like that. Everyone's seen it on TV and videos. People jumping off incredibly high buildings, between roofs and things.
So, what are you involved with?
My passion is for BMX and I want to get other people involved in the sport, but I do all kinds of things at the center. I make sure the bikes and scooters meet safety standards. I check the tracks and ramps so that they are clean and no one can slip and hurt themselves. I teach kids the basic of BMX and do demonstration. I sometimes cook in the burger van too.
Right, so you've learned a lot of skills?
Yeah, at first I was a bit nervous about speaking to group, but now I have no problem giving safety induction to people. I had to learn sport specific first, aid in case anyone hurt themselves, cooking hygiene for the burger van, math for taking money at the till. I've had a lot of training in different areas and got useful certificates. So all the training will be valuable when you come to look for paid work.
Absolutely, I'm still only 18 and I've been volunteering for 2 years. I'd like to stay in this sector and find full-time paid work. So, absolutely, all my experience and skills will help a lot.
Thank you, Liam. Now our other guest has made the jump from voluntary work to paid work. Debbie, you have been involved in many different sports in your 22 years, haven't you?
Yes, quite a few. I started off playing football at country level and then got into coaching. I rocked, then I wouldn't have been able to play football without the help of volunteers. So when I had the chance to help other people, I did. Then I started a degree in sport development and I realized that a lot of people like me who soon have a degree and be looking for a job, and I need more experience to compete with them all.
So you volunteered again?
Yes, I spent a year helping with an online sports volunteering bureau and volunteered at various events including a cricket tournament, table tennis championship, half marathon. Wow, that's a lot of experience. Yes, I must add that I don't accuse plays cricket or table tennis myself. Though I don't run, you don't have to be an expert in the sport to volunteer. There are a lot of jobs that need doing. And now you finish your degree and you're working? That's right, I wrote my dissertations under traination and recruitment of volunteers, and now I manage volunteers for an organization called Sweden. I also organize events at the national level. I would never have got the job without all my volunteering experience. It helped me a lot. And finally, a question for you both. Do you think we sometimes exploit volunteers in this country? Are they doing things for free when they ought to be getting paid? Liam, I believe that you volunteer for about 10 or 20 hours a week. Do you ever feel that you should be paid for what you do? Well, of course, it would be nice, but the organization I help is a non-profit making and it couldn't really afford to pay all the volunteers. At the moment, I'm happy to do what I love and gain experience for dealing with the public. I'm living with my parents and they are paying my kid. In the future, I'll have to look for paid work. I think many volunteers feel they want to give something back to their sport. It was leading that for with football. Ideally, it will be good to have more paid positions, but we also need volunteers. Sport just couldn't function without them. It is really important to give people recognizing for what they do. Thanks very much for sharing your experience. And now we are going to move on. Thank you very much for your nice attention and bye bye. See you next time.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.